off on Monday night. It's going to be a tall order for the holder of this title.
Yeah, I think the way
Of snooker curiosities, all kinds of strange things happening. And Mark Williams had first go at the black, which it came down to. He missed, Ding potted it, but then he was saying Ding looked like he just wasn't interested and didn't care in that part of the match. And it was hard to disagree.
Well, it seemed a very risky route that Ding was very wrong.
One.
Really was it to see, you know, as a player, you're looking for any sort of weakness out there from your opponent, and Ding gave plenty for Mark Williams to be happy about, and with a lead.
7.
Of course, today is a different day.
At the Players' Championship, even in his win there against Ding. He did look a bit edgy early on, which wasn't like him, and may have had something to do with the lenses. And
12.
his thoughts pretty quickly. Played well then for the next couple of frames.
13.
The tight side. And there you see, he's annoyed with himself.
He's 50 now, of course. Maybe he's becoming an angry old man.
1.
Needs where it's not massive, but you sort of feel if you're in that position and then you make any kind of decent start to the next session.
9.
Ding Junhui is attempting Tour Championship. Neil Robertson
17.
successfully defended the title in 2012.
$25.
So he's got the... Okay, so it is the red at the back of the pack, stuck together.
33.
That's okay.
As you'll know, if you were with us last night, because we were talking about it then,
41.
this week is also a landmark in the sense that I don't think we felt he was quite on the brink of winning a tournament just yet.
49.
Oh. Yeah, and that's brilliant cueing. Very well played. Okay, won't be too happy with the...
Ding Junhui, 56.
Get going last night, as we were saying. Into his stride quickly at the start of this evening's play, which is bad news for Mark Williams. Now, that was the idea.
One.
The old Premier League, 15 years ago now.
7.
So lead goes to 49.
Mm. 14.
Well, if Williams was... He's resuming exactly where he ended Monday's play. So Williams has got to find something here. That's what paved the way for this clinching visit from Ding.
22.
Pretty important stage of the match. Keeping Mark Williams at arm's length at the moment.
Yeah, and for most of...
25. 29. 31.
Not often you make 2 breaks over 50 in the same frame, but...
34. 38. 43. 49.
56 from his first chance, 56 from his second. With a lot to do here, 6-3 down. We were talking about his eyesight, and you noticed something actually during that.
100% confident over the contact situation. Only Mark will know, of course.
I fancy wearing these and just put the glasses in the bin.
One.
Probably wishes he hadn't been able to see.
Main cluster. Pink full in the face, plenty of backspin. Where's the red going?
Foul. Junhui 1.
Well, that's the risk you take when you're playing that shot. You check the pass. Now, what can Mark do?
1.
Can he punish him?
He just... Well, that is just pure quality.
The red wiped its feet on the way in, but the cannon to the pink was even more impressive. Just a little half-ball brush cannon to push it on.
Scoring territory.
8.
Yeah, Ding's looking.
$16.
There isn't really much work to be done with these 70, and then it's pretty much plain sailing. There is the cannon, so they're all in play now.
There's the generation that he inspired to come through. He really has become the godfather of Chinese snooker. Seen other distantly ahead of anyone else from China. It's actually quite similar to the stature Mark Williams has in Wales these days.
30.
You know, so good. I think even if a Chinese player was to go past Ding in terms of what he's actually won on the table.
A little bit of an impact here and there, but nobody has come anywhere close to being regarded as any sort of top player. And it's funny how it happened. Perhaps have a bit of doubt as to whether or not they can make it, because nobody from their part of the world has ever done.
44.
Laser-like cueing. Delivered it perfectly.
Thank you.
Well, although he has made the pot.
Junhui 52.
quite a similar start of position and played safe.
And I don't think he'll be very impressed with
I said.
Just goes to show how accurate you have to be and tell them to drop.
Black was frame ball. Ding. It's hard to believe this is the same player we were watching round about this time last night. Fearing from having any chance at all. But something turned it round. From a fine finish, very excellent start to Tuesday evening. Totally in control at the moment.
Yeah, and this is what the best players in the world can do. They can just go for spells in, almost break the back of the match. It's up to Mark Williams to try and muster something to do the same to Ding now.
Ding Junhui 25.
So it's another frame that Ding has control. Big favourite now to advance to the last 8.
And again, got very close to the red, but...
1.
He really could default. Mark really needs to win them both. At the very least, he needs to win one of them.
Ding Junhui 6.
The blue on the way back to balk. Needs to catch these reds thin. Played it well. Of Ding as a tactical player, if you know when you say Ding's name, it's all about his cue ball control, isn't it? And his scoring. That's when he's at his best. But in game, he'll quite often shy away from going to the trenches, and he'll play the attacking shot if he has that chance to.
And over the years, one of his greatest strengths has been long.
Certainly not 100%.
He was the man who made the sight right method famous. The moment you see. Not been an absolute landslide for Ding. Again, it had been quite a close start, but he just pulled away and was unstoppable. Winning 13-3 in the World Championship. The year.
Relentless scoring. So hard to stop. To be fair, it's a theme of the modern.
14.
Yeah, and younger were never heavy scorers.
Not very often Mark Williams looks phased. He's can assume that alarm bells will probably be ringing round about now.
But you wonder, is it alarm bells in a wider context as much to start seeing the end coming into view? And I know he's been having conversations privately where he's been saying things like that and playing mind games with people just for the fun of it, really. But you can't discount these thoughts as it's always grouped in the class of 92. They all turned 50 this year, so they're all getting close to the stage where they'll have a chance to be the oldest. Around about Christmas time for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Assuming, of course, someone else hasn't broken it in the meantime.
The season, and he's got 2 or 3 months to, you know, really knuckle down and put some hours in on the
44.
practice table. I think it's just a case of getting used to it. It's just different. Importance, every little mistake, and that's all it takes at times, just a very small mistake. It will be punished heavily, and he's not really...
52.
Yeah, all true. Thing is, of course, incredible. There's been many times in his long career where he's gone through spells of really having the motivation to put the effort in, and that's actually able. Oh, by depositing that red.
60.
He's already had
66.
1 century in this match. Yep. More to get to 700.
71.
Chance.
Ding Junhui, 78.
That indeed is the case, but Ding Junhui continuing to add. He's 8-3 in front. It'll be a birthdays.
Yeah, I think he'll feel really comfortable, won't he? Okay, he's got a strong lead in this match. Shouldn't.
Field and ended up coming from behind against both of them. But it really, really doesn't look like happening.
1.
And on his birthday, it feels like everything is coming gift wrapped for Ding right now.
Yeah, he's scored great, Ding, hasn't he? And every time he's got in, he's looked like doing a lot of damage to the frame. But you're right, the chances he has been presented with, that to work hard for these chances.
5.
Birthday. Jimmy White, of course, missed the black on his birthday in the World Final. His 6 World Finals, all of which he lost.
11.
Played in as possible.
14. 22.
The way the ranking system is structured now points to the winner, and that's really why Ding is here at the Tour Championship, because other than that, I wouldn't say it's been an outstanding season for him. He's lost his opener.
28.
But I always say there's very little point coming into any match or tournament not being talked about and just winning it. Equally so, there have been times where he's arrived at big events as the man everyone's...
34.
Out there, striking the ball nicely again. Got that white under complete.
41.
It's a nice feeling, this as a player.
42.
Something he's experienced so much over the years, no doubt about it. Can only be no better feeling. Brings everything into play.
50.
Again, played the percentages. A little bit more pace on red, perfect.
And he's reached 50 yet again. Experience make it as hard as possible for Ding.
54.
And all that's happened is things have continued much the same way as they finished on Monday.
Matches, and this has certainly been it for Ding. This spell of breaks he's
60.
made has pretty much broken the...
One snooker needed already. He's going to make absolutely sure of it. It's another chance for his second century of the match.
68. $75. 76.
Mark Williams has pulled off the fact that he now needs to win 7 frames in a row. This would be just about the most unlikely of all.
84.
Look at that, he just can't. Great to see him enjoying it so much, because
92.
sure we would all agree there have been times we've watched him out there and he hasn't looked like he is.
Yeah, it's Ding Junhui, isn't it?
99.
Not yet to reach the end of the...
Wow. Ding Junhui,
So
100.
for Ding to advance. More of the same, you have to say, from Mark Williams' point of view.
Fine.
And who's to say, nation's greatest sporting heroes.
Wow. Ding Junhui.
6 frames in a row now for Ding, and the aggregate... Well, he's now missed.
This shot here, you know, this is even on top form, dominating the table. That's a tough pot. You'd be looking for an easy starter. But as much as Mark Williams has struggled, it's nice to see Ding Junhui playing well again. We watched him really struggle at the Players' Championship 8. And he's pushed on. And he's looking more like his old self. Scoring very freely. Knocking a few long ones in as well.
Did seem edgy to me at the start last night, in a way that you don't normally see from him. May have been to do with that. This evening we've seen him fiddle in the space of about 2.5 weeks.
Seven.
Realistic chance now for Ding Junhui. Well, these 2 reds are situated. The 2 reds available at the bottom of the pack. And we watched him last night towards the end of that session. It was a
15.
bit of a masterclass in break building. Involved whatsoever. It's all very inch perfect stuff.
Just been so effective from situations
23.
like this and all through tonight.
And he's okay on this red, but Ding wanted to be a completely different angle there so he could
31.
play into the reds when potting that red. Now This is going to be okay, I think. There's a red close to right. A clear-cut chance to win frame and match.
39.
You know, when Mark Williams all moved close to 50 and we're still winning tournaments, well, we realised it could become vulnerable. And this, 2 days older than his fellow Welsh legend was all those years ago.
45.
Seventh frame in a row that
$53.
Yeah, like a lot of the greats, though, and flinch at the thought of winning. Very ruthless when they get their opponent in this position.
59.
one of the few players to have hit tons in his career. And with that,
He took his chances well. Okay, he's not had much coming back at him from Mark Williams, but he's still very good this evening, Junhui. It's nice to see.
yeah, and it'll be fascinating to put it on show again.
75.
He faces the world champ. Nine breaks over 50. Oh, well, it won't be a third century to finish.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, he was really struggling last night when he was